So, Dr. Zeshan, what would be some common emotions that parents may experience when their child is struggling with mental health challenges, and how can we as parents channel those emotions into positive motivation?
I think it depends. Sometimes parents their own state of mind, when they listen to the diagnosis. Many times I have seen parents, they feel anxious, they want to know more, they feel sad that they were hoping that, the psychiatrist or the psychologist will say, yeah, this is not a depression or ADHD. This is just, the child is going through some difficult times. So I have seen parents feeling depressed. Sometimes they get worried, and out of that worry, they bring a lot of questions: how long this is going to last, why it is happening, is it a family history, is it something happening in the environment, does the child need a medication, how long they need the medication, what are the side effects. So the worry comes. And sometimes parents are they were thinking something is not right, so they are more open to the diagnosis, and they are more accepting to it. So the emotions can range in many different ways. But I think one thing which I always remind, both as a clinician, whenever we try to disclose diagnosis, before you go through it, I go over the summary in the statement that the parents have said. So, and let's, for example, thank you for sharing all that information. Let me just summarize to make sure I understood correctly. So and then I make it in a story form. So child was born on time. There was no complication during pregnancy. Early childhood seems to be okay. In the middle school, child started having this feeling sad, feeling down, and then so on and so forth. And beside that, the medically, there are no complications. Child has a lot of strength, and you both are you both are single, both are involved in taking care, seem like very loving, very caring. And now you want to know what could be the reason for these questions. So when we bring that summary point, so I have seen that parents, they are with me when they are listening. And then I ask them, before I share diagnosis, anything else you would like me to tell that I may have missed, or it's important for me to know. So that is, I'm already making them getting ready, making them feeling connected, making them feeling understood, making them feeling heard. And then I share, the based on, and sometimes I ask, would you like me to share, my with both of you, all three together, or separately? And that's another step to giving them an ownership and making them believe that that I am honoring, because there are some cultural perspective. And I remind parents, your child the best. Don't feel embarrassed to telling me that you want me to tell you the diagnosis only, not the child. I always remind them, your child the best. So if you feel like it will be too much for the child to hear, or too much for one parent to hear, you let me know how you want me to take, and then we can take further steps. And I will be happy to help you to walk through the path for disclosing that information. And then, so all that lead to, most of the time, parents are sharing their genuine feeling. They don't feel that, oh, if I say this child is struggling with ADHD, and they say, but I think, she or they may have different things. So what I have found, parents are more open, and they share their vulnerability, that I don't believe so. They are more open to have more open conversation. So that is, as a clinician, I shared. As a parent, I will encourage you, if things doesn't sound right, please ask more questions. In a more curious way, please let me know, what make you decide for that diagnosis, what else we need to do. Can we think about it? Can we discuss with our family? Can we discuss? Then we can come back. And yeah, so I think whatever the emotions you are going through, those are all normal emotions to have. Don't question your emotion, why I am feeling that way. Just take it out with your provider, and then take time, if you need to accept it.
And I can really appreciate the autonomy that you give parents and their involvement in their child's care. And I mean, I love hearing your responses, because it really does empower as a parent to know that you are involving me, you are encouraging me to speak up, you are letting me know that it is safe for me to let you know,
Mhm.
okay, this is not a comfortable situation for me to have my child here, or the fact that you even repeat the story back. So I love that you really show them what feeling heard is about and what it looks like. So I can really appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much for having me.